Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the show where the aim of the game is to avoid the obvious answers and find the obscure ones. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hi, I'm Sophie, and this is my stepdad, John, and we're from Bexley Heath.
Couple number two.
Hello, I'm Jo, this is my husband Peter, and we're both from Crawley in West Sussex.
Couple number three.
Hi, I'm Katie, and this is my husband Simon, and we're both from Cheshire.
And finally, couple number four.
I'm Josh, this is my boyfriend Reese, and we've come here from East London.
And these are today's contestants. Thank you very much indeed, everybody. A very warm welcome to Pointless. It's lovely to have you with us. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce. Give him a big hand in case he loses one of the two he already has. It's my Pointless friend. It's Richard.
Hi, everybody. Hello, everyone. They're big, I'll give you that.
They are big.
Good, but I got two of them.
Big.
Now, welcome back, Peter and Jo. How lovely to have you back. Knocked out in round two last time. But on podium four, Reese and Josh, we have some serious business to deal with, don't we? Which is your final show. It's your third show. Two shows so far.
Yep.
And the boys have been out the first round both times.
Yep.
197 and 179 have been your scores so far.
Don't
This
remind us.
time, we've got to get you through round one, surely. Surely. Welcome to our new pairs as well. Lovely jackpot round last time where Matt and Sue took home the money on a film question.
Yeah.
They were just sensational all the way through,
great.
weren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, it was sort of never in doubt. One with a very nice Andrew Lincoln answer as well. So we start with a clean slate, two new pairs, two returning pairs. How lovely.
Lovely. Absolutely lovely. There you are. Well, you got the news. Matt and Sue won the jackpot, which means we're starting off with a pristine jackpot of £1,000. There it is. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. Just remember at all times, it is the pair with the highest score at the end of each round that gets eliminated. So just keep your scores low and everything's great. Best of luck to everybody. Our first category this afternoon is theatre. And you'll decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second, and whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns play titles by definition. Richard.
Yeah, on each board, I'm going to show you 7 definitions of things which are also the names of plays. OK, so what are those things? We're going to show you the person who wrote the play with that name and also the initials of the plays as well. But definitions of 7 things which are also the titles of plays.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, so here come the definitions. First board of 7. And we have got the mechanical device for catching or killing small rodents, TM, Agatha Christie. A familial trio such as Charlotte, Emily and Anne Bronte, TS, Anton Chekhov. US sitcom first aired in 1974 in which Henry Winkler plays Arthur Fonzarelli, HD, Samuel Beckett. Action that follows the word don't in the title of an Oasis #1 single of 1996, LBIA, John Osborne. Novel by Paulo Coelho, first published in 1988, TA, Ben Jonson. Seasonal itching of the eyes and sneezing caused by an allergy to pollen, HF, Noel Coward. And the band who had a UK #1 single in 1976 with You to Me Are Everything, TRT, Tom Stoppard. There we are. Sophie, welcome to Pointless. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
Tell us all about yourself, Sophie.
I'm a supermarket delivery driver at the moment, and I used to be a photographer in a studio.
In studio photographer.
In studio photography, yeah.
Never went out.
Oh.
Simply never went out.
Occasional wedding.
The occasional wedding. You're trying to phase the weddings out.
Yeah, they're hard work.
I bet they are. How long do you have to do at a wedding?
Normally about 12 hours plus editing time.
Actually, at the wedding itself?
Yeah.
We're doing all the preparations
just
and all that
being
stuff?
on the ball all the time. Yeah, it's hard work.
That is hard work.
I mean, you get to watch a wedding, so it's fun, but...
Get to watch a wedding. That's the most deadly thing in the world. Sorry. I mean, weddings are lovely for everyone who's there and everyone who knows, but really, I mean, you know, all those speeches. Think how many hours of your life.
You normally get food during speeches. So.
Hey, there we go. And then champagne.
And there's champagne.
Well. There's
Okay,
that.
yeah.
There's that. OK, now, Sophie, what about all these plays?
OK. I'm struggling, but I'm going to go for The Mousetrap for the first one.
OK, The Mousetrap, says Sophie. Let's see how many of our 100 people said The Mousetrap. It's right. Down it goes to 51. Not bad. 51. Gets off to a good start.
Sold over 10 million tickets of The Mousetrap. It was first a radio play written by Agatha Christie called Three Blind Mice that she wrote for the royal family.
Thank you very much indeed. Joe, welcome back.
Thank you.
Lovely to have you with us again.
Thank you.
Remind us all about yourself.
I'm a bookkeeper who work for a freight forwarder, and I live for my holidays.
This is what we discovered. You and Peter are seasoned cruisers.
We are.
Hang on a minute. Let me put that right. You love nothing more.
You've ruined the show
The
again.
high seas, the high seas.
On the high seas. I mean, you love going on. What's the longest cruise you've been on?
I think it was 15 days. 15 days. That was one of the transatlantic.
And was that your favourite? You like being at sea?
I like being at sea. There's loads of stuff to do on the ship. I quite like doing karaoke as well. I'm not very good at it, but I like having fun.
No, but that's the point. That's the point. If everyone was good at karaoke, it'd be very tedious.
Yeah, it'd be boring.
Where's the
wouldn't
fun
it?
in that?
No, absolutely.
What's your song?
The one that I love to troll out every time is 500 Miles by the Proclaimers.
Excellent. Well, you should sing together, surely.
I could.
You and Peter should.
Yeah.
I think
no,
you should.
he's usually
Should
popping
work.
up the bar,
Oh, right.
covering his eyes.
Fair enough. Now, Joe, what are you going to go for on our board here?
Okay, theatre's not my strong point, but I think I'm going to go with the bottom one because I love the song. The Real Thing.
The Real Thing, says Joe. Let's see how many of our 100 people said The Real Thing for Tom Stoppard. It is right, and 51 is the only score we have at the moment. How do you pass it? By a distance. Down it goes to 20. Very well done indeed, Joe. The Real Thing.
Yeah, it won Best Play, Best Actor and Best Actress at the Tonys when it first came out. And then when it was revived about 15 years later, it won Best Revival, Best Actor and Best Actress as well. And The Real Thing, who were a terrific band, and Chris Amu from The Real Thing, he won Crufts, or his dog did. He won Best in Show. How about that?
Very good. Thank you very much indeed. Simon, welcome to Pointless. Great to have you here.
Thank you.
Tell us all about yourself, Simon.
I work for a global recruitment company, so we supply engineers all around the world.
Oh, does that mean you have to go around the world as well?
To see our offices, yes. I've been lucky to go to some very nice places. So.
That's very nice indeed. What do you do for fun, Simon?
We've got 2 children, so we like to ski and be active with the kids.
Very good.
Like to keep fit, some running. So.
Good stuff. Excellent. What are your kids called?
Lizzie and Jimmy.
Lizzie and Jimmy. Hi, Lizzie. Hi, Jimmy. Hello. Simon, what are you going to go for?
I'll go for the John Osborne one, Look Back in Anger.
Look Back in Anger, says Simon. Looking OK, Lizzie and Jimmy. Let's see how many of our 100 said that. Look Back in Anger. It's right. 51 the high score, and you pass it. 20 is our low score. There you are on 30. Not bad.
Well played, Simon. Yeah, one of the angry young men, John Osborne.
Thank you very much. Richard, now then, Josh, welcome back.
Hello.
Welcome back. Good to see you again. This is the third and final time that Josh and Reese are getting a shot. We're going to get you through round 1. We're going to get you into round 2.
Yes.
And from there, who knows?
Fingers crossed.
No, fingers crossed, indeed. Josh, tell us more about Josh.
So, as well as being a cabaret and drag performer, and I work with dogs in a dog daycare in my day job, we also own a little dog. He's a little sausage dog crossed with a chihuahua, and he's called Duncan.
Does Duncan, do they call that something like a sort of cockapoo or a labradoodle?
Chipolata?
Chisened,
A Chishon.
Dashwawa.
A
Oh, a Dashwawa.
A
Dashawawa. There you go.
Dashawawa.
That's what we
That's
like that.
good. Oh, that's very good. When you're doing your doggy daycare, do you take them for walks?
Yes,
Or that's
yes.
also part of the...
Yes, sometimes we do. Like, over the years, I've used to walk at one point up to like 10, 15 miles a day with the dogs.
What about that?
It's a long time.
That's a lot
Good
of steps.
size.
Very good for you.
Yeah.
Very good for you. But these days you don't.
Not so much. We've
You've
got,
got one of those
we've
sticks
got a
with a-
centre now, so they all sort
I
of stay
see.
there. Yeah,
All right.
and we play instead, which
Okay.
has made me lazy. But there we go.
There we are. Now, Josh, this board is all yours. Do you want to talk us through it and fill in all the blanks?
A familial trio is The Sisters. The US sitcom, I'm not sure, but I think it might be Happy Days. Then we've got the novel, I don't know, but I would guess The Artist. And then, obviously, the seasonal itching is Hay Fever. I think I'm going to go for a familial trio is The Sisters.
The Sisters. OK. Oh, Reese. Shall we see what happens when we say The Sisters? Oh, no. Josh, I'm so sorry. I'm afraid not the sisters. The sisters.
Josh, what did we say?
Scores you 100
Don't get
points.
knocked out. That's
You're
annoying.
Gonna kick yourself.
Yeah, the answer is
3 sisters.
3 sisters. Would have scored you 12 points.
Oh, it's the
3
trio,
sisters.
you see.
Fuming.
Yeah. Shall we fill in the rest of these? In fact, you went through them very nicely. Happy Days, you're quite right, but would have scored you 44. You're right about Hay Fever as well, but that's the biggest score up there. That would have scored 74. Do you know this other one?
The Alchemist.
The Alchemist. The Alchemist is the best answer on the board. 6 points. Very well done if you said that.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's have a look at those scores. The best score of the past was yours, Joe. Very well done indeed. Then we travel up from 20 up to 30, which is where we find Simon and Katie. Then up to 51, where we find Sophie and John. And then up to 100. Oh, Josh and Reese on 100. Who knows? Anything could happen in the next pass. Reese, you get the new board. Find a lovely low score on it.
Yes.
And maybe you're in with a shout. Let's hope. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, let's put 7 more clues up on the board. These are all definitions of play titles. And we've got a small-scale building for a child filled with toy furniture and characters inside. A. D.H. Henrik Ibsen. Capital city of Denmark. C. Michael Frayn. Mythological Greek artist who fell in love with his own sculpture of an ideal woman. P. George Bernard Shaw. Disputed ground between the front lines or trenches of 2 opposing armies. NML. Harold Pinter. Animal genus, which includes horses, asses and zebras. E. Peter Schaffer. Maize of a variety with hard kernels that swell up and burst open when heated. P. Ben Elton. And either the evening of or the evening before the Epiphany. T.N. William Shakespeare. There we are. Reese,
hello.
Welcome back. Tell us more about yourself, Reese.
So I work in an escape room, and I also do a lot of performing as well on the side. And I also do a lot of illustrating as well. I'm a keen artist in my spare time too.
That's fun. What sort of illustrating do you do?
Sort of like comic book style, graphic novel things. I'd love to illustrate something like that when I'm a little bit older. Who knows?
Do you illustrate for other people? Do people send you things that
I've done a few commissions, but mainly just for my own entertainment.
That's fun. And have you got some good graphic novel ideas? Is that something you would collaborate with someone for, or would you
potentially, or like write and draw it myself? I don't know.
Brilliant.
Yeah, but I've got some ideas. Yeah, definitely.
Excellent. We'll see how it goes. Good luck with that. That sounds fun. Now you're on 100. You are the high scorers. We need a low score from you, Reese. What are you going to go for?
Well, I think I know most of them. There's a one that I really want to go for, but I'm scared I'm going to pronounce it wrong. So
That's okay. Don't worry about that.
But instead, I think I'm going to go for horses, asses, and zebras, and say Equus.
Equus, says Reese. No red line for you, as you're the high scorers. Let's see how far down the column we get with Equus. Equus is right. Down it goes to 9. Very well done indeed, Reese. Just what we needed from you. Lowest score of the round so far.
That's a great answer, giving yourself a chance there, Reese. Yeah, first performed in London in 1973. I think Daniel Radcliffe was in the revival of it, wasn't he?
Yeah, I saw it. It was good.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, thank you very much indeed. Richard Katie.
Hello.
Welcome to Point. Let's tell us all about yourself.
I'm a stay-at-home mum in Cheshire. I like to run. I like to go to yoga.
Hang on, that doesn't sound like staying at home at all.
Well, the kids are 15 and 13 now, so I guess a stay-at-home mum
A mum at
bit
large.
more time.
A mum at large, yes.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Do you do quite serious running then? Do you run
I did do. I've done 6 marathons. Did 4 in 1 year.
Oh, it's just terrifying.
But after I did 4 in 1 year, I sort of fell out of love with it a little bit. So I just do it for fun now.
You've got to grow those toenails back, haven't you? Surely.
Yes. But yeah, so I'm quite active. I do some reading in a local school with the sort of 6 and 7-year-old children.
Very good.
So I keep busy.
That's good. Good stuff. Now, Katie, if you could score 78 or less, you're into the next round.
Okay, so I know a few of them, but I'm going to play it a little bit safe. So I'm going to go with the first one and say A Doll's House.
A Doll's House, says Katie. Let's see how many of our 100 people said A Doll's House. Here's your red line, nice and high. It's right, and you're through. Look at that. Well done. Down to 55. Takes your total up to 85.
Very well played. Yeah, in the 1920s, Queen Mary had a doll's house which was made for her by Edwin Lutyens, the architect, and it had the detail was so exacting. It even had a library with tiny little books by J.M. Barrie and various other people.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, Peter. Peter, welcome back.
Hi.
Tell us more about yourself, Peter.
OK, so I'm a driving instructor, and then in my spare time I follow Crawley Town for my sins, have done for over 30 years. Started in non-league, followed them right the way through to the Football League.
That's very exciting indeed. Always nice. Do you have a gang of you that you always go along to watch with?
You get to know people.
Yeah,
I mean, certainly when they're in the non-leagues, you'd get to know quite a lot of the people that go to games.
Yeah.
And yeah, you sort of form friendships that way, and it's been really good, yeah.
Very exciting. Now, there you are on 20. We need a score of 88 or less from you.
Okay.
Simple as that. What are you going to go for?
So I've got a few to choose from. I think I'm going to go with Harold Pinter and say No Man's Land.
OK, No Man's Land, says Peter. Let's see how many of our 100 people went for No Man's Land. There's your red line, lovely and high. No Man's Land is right, and it gets you through. Down it goes to 34. Very well done indeed. Takes your total up to 54.
Yeah, the two main roles originally played by Sir Ralph Richardson and Sir John Gielgud. That's good casting, isn't it?
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. John, welcome to Pointless. Great to have you here. Tell us all about yourself.
I'm John. I'm from Bexley Heath in Kent, and sometimes from Cornwall as well. We've got
how's that work?
Another house in Cornwall.
Oh, I see.
So,
I see.
And I've been retired for nearly 6 years now.
So which parts of the year do you spend in Bexley Heath and which parts of the year do you spend in Cornwall?
It varies every couple of weeks.
On a
I
whim?
swap, yeah.
Just swap.
It's great.
Is there a route from Kent to
the
Cornwall?
A303.
I see. Very good indeed. Right. Now, John, 51 is your score at the moment. 57 or less gets you through.
OK.
What are you going to go for from our board? Feel free to answer all of those unanswered ones.
OK. Capital of Denmark is Copenhagen. The artist is Pygmalion. Popcorn, the Ben Elton novel. And the last one is Twelfth Night. We'll go Pygmalion.
Pygmalion, says John. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Pygmalion. There is your red line. Pygmalion is right. Gets you through. And it's going to be another low score. Down it goes to 2. Look at that. Very well done indeed, John. Takes your total up to 53.
Very well played, John. Nice end to the round. Yeah, Pygmalion and Equus were the best answers on that board, so well played, everybody there. You're quite right about Copenhagen. That would have scored you 56. You're right also about Popcorn, which would have scored you 47. You're also right about Twelfth Night, which would have scored you 30. Reese and Josh.
I know.
That's 3 in a row.
I know.
Shall we just...
That's so awkward.
I'm so...
What will you do? Will you talk to them?
I think I'll have a word.
You talk to them now, yeah.
I'll have a word. Yeah, thank you very much indeed, Richard. That brings us to the end of the first round, which means we have to say goodbye to one of our pairs. And this is where I'll speak to them.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that was nicely done.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think this is the moment to do it.
Yeah, but try and make them feel good about themselves.
Yeah.
Because that's 3 in a row.
Yeah.
So they won't be feeling great.
Well, we had fun.
Well, listen, we've had fun as well, and not all at your expense as well. And sometimes we've had fun with you. No, it's been lovely having you here. Thank you so much for playing. Reese and Josh, brilliant contestants. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it is now time for round 2. There we are, brutally cut down to 3 pairs. Oh, will it ever stop? No, it won't, because at the end of this round, we're saying goodbye to another pair. But, John, you were our lowest individual scorer, so hats off to you. In fact, John and Sophie, our lowest combined scorers. So what a pair you are. They would appear to be the ones to beat, but best of luck to all 3 pairs. Our category for round 2 this afternoon is tennis. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second, and whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many players who took part in Wimbledon's greatest finals as they could. Richard.
Yeah, in 2020, the BBC assembled a panel of experts to rank the 10 greatest men's finals and the 10 greatest women's finals in Wimbledon history. We're looking for anyone who appeared in any of those 20 greatest finals, please.
Thank you very much indeed. So, there we are, looking for anyone who appeared in any of those 20 greatest finals. John.
Yeah, I can think of a few. Let's try Arthur Ashe.
Arthur Ashe, says John. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Arthur Ashe. Arthur Ashe is right. That's a great answer. Down it goes to 5. Very well done indeed, John. 5 for Arthur Ashe.
John has started off pretty well, hasn't he? And his pointless career. Yes, a lovely answer. Yeah, he won the 1975 final, the 8th greatest finals of all time. I can't tell you who he beat for obvious reasons.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, Peter.
Okay, so I can think of a few tennis players, but
Yes.
not necessarily the greatest finals. I mean, one that rings a bell is going to be Jimmy Connors.
Jimmy Connors, says Peter. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Jimmy Connors. Jimmy Connors is right. 5 is the only score we have at the moment. Jimmy Connors down to 7. Very well done indeed, Peter.
Well played, Peter, and thank you, because I can tell you who beat Jimmy Connors on the list, because that was Arthur Ashe. That's the 1970. We've dealt with the 1975 men's singles final. That is off the board.
Excellent. Thank you very much indeed. Now, Katie.
Hi. Right, I'm struggling a little bit here. I just don't want to look at Simon. I'm going to say Goran Ivanisevic.
Goran Ivanisevic, says Katie. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Goran Ivanisevic. It's right. 7 is our high score, 5 is our low. Oh, look at that, down to 3. 3 is now our low. Very well done indeed.
This is terrific stuff from everyone. Well played. Yeah, he won the People's Final. Again, I can't say who against, but, you know, it's the one where it was delayed and people were let in. First come, first served, which sounds very appropriate for a tennis match.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, we are halfway through the round. Let's have a quick look at those scores. 3, the best score of the past, Katie. Very well done indeed. Katie and Simon currently looking pretty good, but it's very, very close indeed. 5 is where we find John and Sophie. 7 is where we find Peter and Joe. So, Joe, I mean, nominally you're in front, but, you know, there's not really much in it. A nice low score from you sorts everything out. So good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, Simon, so remember we're looking for the players who appeared in the 20 greatest Wimbledon finals.
I'll say Chris Evert.
Chris Evert, says Simon. OK, well, there is your red line. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Chris Evert. It's right. It's another low score of 18 for Chris Evert. Takes your total up to 21.
Yeah, getting a little bit scarier now, isn't it, when with some of these answers. Yeah, she's 8th and 9th on that list, again, against people I can't tell you.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Joe, that's given you a little bit of a target to aim for. 13 is what we're after, 13 or less.
OK. Tennis, love to watch it. Not my strong point, but...
OK, that disclaimer out the way.
Yeah, that's right.
What are we going to go
I'm just covering myself here. I think Stefan Edberg.
Stefan Edberg, says Joe. OK, here is your red line. Let's see if Stefan Edberg is right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said it. Oh, Joe, I'm sorry. That scores you 100 points, and that takes your total up to 107.
Yeah, sorry, perfectly good guess. And he's been in finals, of course, but yeah, not on that list, I'm afraid. Unlucky.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Richard. Now then, Sophie, that takes a bit of pressure off you. Doesn't matter what you score here, even if you knock it into the crowd, it's still going to get you through.
Well, I'm terrible at tennis, both metaphorically and physically. I'm going to go Venus Williams.
Venus Williams, says Sophie. No red line, you're already through. How many of our 100 people said Venus Williams? Venus Williams is right. Down it goes to 26. Not bad at all. Takes your total up to 31.
Very well played. Yeah, her 2005 win against Lindsay Davenport was voted the greatest women's final of all time. And Lindsay Davenport would have been a pointless answer if you had said that. Now, there's loads of other pointless answers here as well. Let's go through a few of them. Anne Jones, who beat Billie Jean King. Gabriella Sabatini played against Steffi Graf. Jana Novotná, she's got 2 matches on that list. Famously cried, of course, after one of them. Kevin Curran, who was beaten by Becker. There's Lindsay Davenport. Natalie Tozier, who was beaten by Jana Novotná. And there's Pat Rafter, who was beaten by Ivanisevic in that final. And the best men's final of all time, the 2008 final between Nadal and Federer. Federer would have scored you 31, Nadal would have scored you 29. Andy Murray, the biggest scorer there, 38. Serena Williams, 37. Whoa. I went to a tie-break.
Yeah, thank you very much indeed, Richard. That brings us to the end of the second round, and the pair, therefore, heading home with their high score of 107. Joe and Peter, I'm afraid it is you. We get one more shot with you, I think, don't we, next time? And we'll look forward to that very much. It'd be lovely if we could get you into the head-to-head and beyond. But thank you so much for playing. Meanwhile, Joe and Peter. For the remaining 2 pairs, though, it is now time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, John and Sophie, Katie and Simon. You're now 1 step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £1,000. There it is. But before we play the head-to-head, let's see if we can't boost that jackpot by finding a couple of pointless answers. Here we go. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many types of fabric as they could. Richard?
Yeah, 6 types of fabric up on the board. 2 of them, however, we have made up. They are false. 2 of the real ones will be pointless answers, so see if you can get those. See if you can get both the pointless answers at home. Good luck.
OK, well, this is fun. Let's see if we can find these 2 pointless answers in amongst these 6 types of fabric. Here we go. We've got cretonne, butterfelt, seersucker, kente, strickland, barathea. There we are. Now, feel free to work as a foursome here, because if anyone knows anything...
Well, seersucker is definitely one.
Barathea, I think, is. Yeah.
Cretonne sounds like it should be one.
Yeah.
So cretonne is...
Cretonne is a cotton, I think.
What do you think that is?
I think it's a type of cotton.
Is it?
Cretonne.
Okay.
I don't know.
What do you reckon?
What do you reckon, John and Sophie?
We'll go for kente.
Kente. Let's see if kente is a pointless fabric. Oh, it's a fabric. Ooh. That's good news.
It is.
It's not quite pointless. One person got kente. Katie and Simon, what are you going to go for?
We'll go for Strickland.
Strickland. Let's find out. What do you think, John?
Yeah, that would have been our choice, kente or Strickland.
OK, Strickland. Let's see if Strickland is a pointless fabric. Oh, no! I'm going to cancel my order for all those Strickland jackets I had. There we are.
Seersucker, I think everyone knew, was a scorer. Would have scored you 1 point. Of the other 3, we've still got 2 pointless answers then. We've got 1 incorrect answer. So what do you think our pointless answers are?
I'm inclined to rule out butterfelt, because that feels like too much of a... Yeah, why are you making that face?
I'm just... Are you sure?
Yeah, I think so. I meant barathea. Oh,
Barathea doesn't ring a bell as anything else?
Maybe. Oh, maybe it does.
A character from something?
Maybe. Yeah. I'm going to go for barathea.
As
a pointless answer. And cretonne.
And barathea and cretonne, despite what I just said to you?
Yeah.
OK. Let's find out. Are barathea and cretonne pointless answers? Or
it's a pointless answer.
Absolutely impossible to put you off, isn't it? Very well done. Barathea and cretonne, the pointless answers. Butterfelt, incorrect answer. There's a cheesecloth, but not a butterfelt.
OK. There we are. Well, bad luck. We didn't find any pointless answers, but we had a lot of fun. So there we are. OK, let's play the head-to-head. Remember, the first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot, and you're now allowed to confer, which is nice. Takes the pressure off a bit. Here is your first question, and it concerns doves. Richard?
Yeah, we're going to show you 5 species of dove now. We'll also show you alternate letters of their names, but what are these doves, please?
What are the doves? That's what we're playing.
Where is the dove?
Where is the dove? OK, here are 5 doves. We've got A, T-R-L, dove. B, L-U-H-N, dove. C, Z-B-A, dove. D, S-P-R-F-U-T, dove. Wow. And E, S-O-T-D, dove. There we are.
It's more doves than you think, aren't there?
Yeah. D looks like a rock star dove.
Yes, amazing.
That's a dove that's done well.
Whereas E looks like D after a very, very, very heavy night out.
OK. Well, John and Sophie will go first. What are you going to go for?
Well, we've got answers for all of them, but
Whether they're right or not.
there's a very tricky one at D. Should we take a chance? Should we take a risk? Let's go for the superb fruit dove.
Surely. What else could it be? Superb fruit... Well, it could be plenty of other things, I'm sure. Superb fruit dove, say John and Sophie. Now, Katie and Simon, talk us through the doves.
We think A's turtle dove. B, I guess, is laughing dove, just because of the letters. C, zebra dove, and E, spotted dove.
Laughing dove?
But I think if superb fruit dove's right, then it won't matter what we go for. So we might play it a little bit safe and just go turtle dove. Right?
That's very safe. Yeah.
OK, safe as houses. You're going to go for turtle dove for A. So we have superb fruit dove. Let's see if that is right for D. Surely. How many of our 100 people said superb fruit dove? Look at that, down to 5. Very well done indeed, John and Sophie. That was a risk worth taking. Then Katie and Simon have gone for the turtle dove for
Backfired.
A. Well, you know, you worked out that that was probably going to be right. Turtle dove, though. Let's see how many of our 100 said that. It's right. And you did give us the answers to all the others as well. 57 for turtle dove. Very well done indeed, John and Sophie. After one question, you're up 1-0.
Yeah, very well played, but technically the right thing to do. Either if they were right, you were going to lose, and if they were wrong, might as well go safe. Very well done. I tell you what, this is a very punchy name, the superb fruit dove.
Yeah.
But it carries it off, I think.
I think it does.
If someone were to say it's a superb fruit dove, you go, this is going to have to be pretty amazing to live up to that.
Do you know, there are quite a few birds that carry the name, they carry an adjective, like sort of splendid fairy wren or the magnificent frigate bird.
They're lovely names, aren't they? But
They
well
are.
done if you said that. And well done for going for the risk as well, because absurd as it sounded, what else could it be? And that applies to B as well. You're quite right. It was the laughing dove. And it's a good scorer. I would have scored you 10 points. But obviously you wouldn't have won either points. Superb fruit dove is the superbest answer. The zebra dove there, you think might score 100, but it doesn't. It scores 71. And E, you're quite right, was the spotted dove. I would have scored you 32. I quite often say what members of our 100 have said to certain answers that are wrong. Now, someone gave a wrong answer to this, but I suspect it was a slip of the keyboard rather than their actual answer. Someone said the snotted dove.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Here comes your second question. Katie and Simon, you have to win this one to stay in the game. But you do get to answer it first, so good luck. Here it comes. Our second question is all about shipping forecast areas. Richard.
Oh, it's another alternate letters one. Don't think we've ever done 2 alternate letters in a row before. We're simply going to show you the names of 5 shipping forecast areas, but guess what? We're going to show you alternate letters. Can you fill in those gaps?
OK, well, let's reveal our 5 shipping forecast areas with bits missing. Here they are. We've got TAAGR, GRABGT, DGE, FSE, and HME. There we are. Katie and Simon will go first.
We'll go with the top one and say Trafalgar.
Trafalgar, say Katie and Simon, which means, John and Sophie, it's over to you. Talk us through those fishing areas.
It's all down to him.
OK, I think it's German Bight, Dogger, Fisher and Humber. Which one's the lowest? Humber.
Humber, say John and Sophie. So we've got Trafalgar and we've got Humber. In the order they were given, Katie and Simon went for Trafalgar for the top one. Let's see how many of our 100 said that. Trafalgar is right. Down it goes to 32. Not bad. Meanwhile, John and Sophie have gone for Humber for the bottom one. Let's see how many of our 100 said Humber. Humber's right. Trafalgar on 32. Humber beats it. Down it goes to 24. Very well done indeed, John and Sophie. After only 2 questions, you are through to the final 2-0.
I mean, they're unstoppable. They're unstoppable.
He's unstoppable.
Very well. Very, very well played. You knew all the rest of them. German bite. That would have scored you 21 points. You're quite right, it is Dogger. It would have scored you 53. And Fisher would have scored you 13.
There we are. Thank you very much indeed. Well, the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round, Katie and Simon, I'm afraid it's you. But it's your first appearance on the show. Not bad. You've made it through to the head-to-head. Next time, or the time after that, I'm sure, we'll get you through to the final. Anyway, thank you very much for playing, Katie and Simon. But for John and Sophie, it is now time for the pointless final. Congratulations, John and Sophie. You have fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted pointless trophy.
That's all we came for.
Ah, well, that because let's not bother with this round. You now have a chance to play for the pointless jackpot. And at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £1,000. There it is. I don't fancy its chances, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I think you've made pretty easy work of everything we've thrown at you so far. 2-0 in the head-to-head. Can't really argue with that. And all in your first appearance on the show. So there we are. As always, though, you've got to choose a category for this last round. Is there anything you'd like to see come up?
I'd like anything entertainment, but he's been in charge the whole game, so it doesn't matter.
So, John?
Music, geography, some sport, rugby and golf, maybe.
OK, well, you know the kind of thing that comes up in this last round. You've just got to hope that there's something that feels sort of faintly comfortable for one of you. Here we go. Today's selection looks like this. Mancunian things, nannies and governesses on screen, Mercury Prize-winning rap albums, international sports umpires and referees. What do we think?
If you know sports umpires.
Guess, yeah, sports.
You're more likely to know that. Yeah, go for that.
We'll try sports umpires and referees.
OK,
please.
sports umpires and referees.
We're looking for any of the following, please. I know you mentioned rugby. We're looking for any referee in a Rugby Six Nations match between 2010 and 2019, please. We are looking for any UK referee or assistant who've ever officiated at a men's FIFA World Cup finals from 1930 all the way through to 2018. Or we are looking for any cricket umpire who has stood in 25 or more test matches, and that's up to the beginning of July 2020. So Rugby Six Nations 2010 to 2019, those UK referees and cricket umpires 25 or more test matches. Very best of luck.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, as always, you've got up to a minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot is to find just one pointless answer. Are you ready?
We are.
Yep. Marvellous. Let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
Rugby referees, I've got Wayne Barnes, Nigel, what's his name? Nigel Evans. I can't remember. Cricket umpires, Dickie Bird. Struggling, I've gone a blank.
Football.
Nigel, he's just retired. Can't remember his name. 35 seconds. Nigel Evans.
What was the other one? Dickie.
Wayne Barnes. And Dickie Bird's too easy.
But it's France.
I haven't watched any cricket for ages.
Go for Wayne. Was the best one.
We'll.
Yeah.
10 seconds left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Nigel Evans, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
OK, sounds like you've got your answers. Oh, we might as well let the last couple of grains of sand run out. What are you going to give me?
So referees for rugby, I've got Wayne Barnes.
Wayne Barnes.
And Nigel Evans.
Nigel, pause,
wrong.
Evans. I don't know, it may not be wrong.
And
someone's name.
And cricket umpires, Dickie Bird.
Dickie Bird. OK, of those 3, which is your best shot at a pointless answer?
I reckon Wayne Barnes.
Wayne Barnes we put last. Least likely to be pointless?
Dickie Bird.
Dickie Bird, and we'll put Nigel ... Evans in the middle. OK, well, let's put those answers up on the board in that order, and here they are. We've got Dickie Bird, Nigel Evans, and Wayne Barnes. Well, very, very best of luck. 3 answers up there. There's £1,000 up for grabs. What would you like to do with it if you were to win that?
Go on. go towards a holiday.
Well, yeah, sorry. I'm only here because Sophie applied, so it goes to Sophie. So she'll take me out for a nice meal.
I should hope she would. Now then, your first answer was Dickie Bird. In this case, we were looking for cricket umpires who've stood in for 25 or more test matches. If Dickie Bird is pointless, you take home £1,000. How many people said it? Dickie Bird. Well, Dickie Bird is right. The question is, how far down the column will we go with Dickie Bird? Oh, 38! Goodness, yes, a popular answer there, as I think you suspected. Yeah. So let's move on to your next answer. This is one that you spent most of the minute trying to think what the surname was. You're still not entirely confident that Evans was right. We're looking for referees in rugby Six Nations matches. Nigel Evans is the name you ended up going for £1,000. Let's find out if Nigel Evans is right and pointless. Oh, no! Not Evans, as it turns out. OK, your third and final answer was Wayne Barnes. We are hoping that Wayne Barnes, again, we're looking for Six Nations referees. If Wayne Barnes is pointless, you leave here with that jackpot of £1,000. How many people said Wayne Barnes? Wayne Barnes is right. Dickie Bird was right, took us all the way down to 38. Nigel Evans turned out to be incorrect, but Wayne Barnes absolutely on the money. Down we go with Wayne Barnes to 12. Oh, that's a shame. I have to say, you were teeing up, looked exactly like it was a fit for a pointless answer somewhere along the line. I thought you'd be taking that trophy and that jackpot home, but I'm afraid you didn't manage to find the all-important pointless answer, so I'm afraid you don't win today's jackpot, but you have been absolutely brilliant the whole way through the show. So I hope your pointless trophies will glitter forevermore.
Yeah, it's been a brilliant performance. Well played. Let's solve the mystery of Nigel Evans, shall we? I think Nigel Evans is the MP. This is Nigel Owens.
Nigel Owens, of course it is.
Annoying, isn't it? Would have scored 10 points anyway.
Yeah.
So few. Yeah. That's good news. But there may be some names up here that you know in the different categories. We'll start with those rugby referees. A couple of Irishmen up here, George Clancy and John Lacey. Jaco Paper of South Africa. The Frenchman, Pascal Gozer. You could have had Glenn Jackson. Chris Pollock was a pointless answer. Angus Gardner, JP Doyle, Mathieu Reynal and Steve Walsh as well. All of those are pointless answers. Very well done if you said one. Let's take a look, shall we, at the UK referees. I suspect some people at home might have got a couple of these names, especially those, especially up on this board. Clive Thomas is a pointless answer, amazingly. George Courtney, Les Mottram, Philip Don, and those cricket umpires. Let's take a look at some of them. Kumar Dharmasena is a pointless answer. Murray Erasmus, Richard Illingworth, Simon Taufel as well. But very well done if you got any of those pointless answers.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Well, John and Sophie, thank you for playing. I'm sorry you didn't win the jackpot today. That'll therefore roll over onto the next show, when we will be playing for £2,000. Join us then to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.